In my last video, I showed how Rutherford had claimed that the Holy Spirit was no longer needed as a helper to the church, since Jesus was now invisibly present and would direct the organization in person through his angels. Rather than an inanimate Holy Spirit directing things from afar, Rutherford taught that the angels or ministering spirits were now communicating directly with the organization. Rutherford denied that neither him nor the Watchtower were inspired. He said that Jehovah and Jesus Christ do all the interpreting of the Bible, and this interpretation is passed on by angels to the society through those who prepare the Watchtower publications. But how did these angelic spirits communicate this interpretation to Rutherford so he could publish it? Well, in my last video, I brought out how Frederick Franz said that there were angels of different rank that were controlling witnesses. But Joseph Rutherford also wrote about how these angels were interpreting things so that he could publish them. From his book Vindication, it says, "These angels are invisible to human eyes and are there to carry out the orders of the Lord. No doubt they first hear the instruction which the Lord issues to his remnant, and then these invisible messengers pass such instruction on to the remnant. The facts show that the angels of the Lord with him at his temple have been thus rendering service unto the remnant since 1919. So they are the channel of communication, and this communication is with angels. This is also known as Enochian magic. I have done much research on the Watchtower Society and Enochian magic, and apparently this has been going on since the beginning with Charles Taze Russell. First, we're going to look at Enochian magic in Wikipedia and notice the similarities between Enochian magic and the Watchtower, and also where it comes from. This is the Wikipedia article on Enochian magic. Enochian magic is a system of ceremonial magic based on the 16th century writings of John Dee and Edward Kelly, who wrote that their information, including the revealed Enochian language, was delivered to them directly by various angels. Dee's journals contains the records of these workings, the Enochian script, and the tables of correspondences used in Enochian magic. Dee and Kelly believed their visions gave them access to secrets contained within the Book of Enoch. And then they have a picture of their table there with the 4 watchtowers on it. Then down in the system it says, the 2 pillars of modern Enochian magic as outlined in Liber Chinook are the elemental watchtowers, including the Tablet of Union and the calls of the 30 Aethers. The 2 pillars, that sounds familiar. But besides the 2 pillars being the Watchtower, it also says, rediscovery by the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn. Little else became of Dee's work until late in the 19th century, when it was incorporated by a Brotherhood of Adepts in England. The rediscovery of Dee and Kelly's material by Samuel Little MacGregor Mathers of the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn in the 1880s led to Mathers developing the material into a comprehensive system of ceremonial magic. Magicians invoked the Enochian deities whose names were written on the tablets. They also traveled in their bodies of light into these subtle regions and recorded their psychic experiences. And then if you look into the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn on Wikipedia, the article says, the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn, more commonly the Golden Dawn, was a secret society devoted to the study and practice of the occult, metaphysics, and paranormal activities during the late 19th and early 20th century. Known as Magical Order, the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn was active in Great Britain and focused its practices on theurgy and spiritual development. Many present-day concepts of ritual and magic that are at the center of contemporary traditions, such as Wicca and Thelema, were inspired by the Golden Dawn, which became one of the largest single influences on 20th century Western occultism. And down a little farther, you find out where it comes from. The 3 founders, William Robert Woodman, William Wynne Westcott, and Samuel Little Mathers, were Freemasons. Westcott appears to have been the initial driving force behind the establishment of the Golden Dawn. The Golden Dawn system was based on hierarchy and initiation, similar to Masonic lodges. However, women were admitted on an equal basis with men. The Golden Dawn was the first of 3 orders, although all 3 are often collectively referred to as the Golden Dawn. The first order taught ascetic philosophy based on the Hermetic Kabbalah and personal development through study and awareness of the four classical elements, as well as the basics of astrology, tarot, divination, and geomancy. The second or inner order, the Roja Ruba et Torah Crucis, taught magic, including scrying, astral travel, and alchemy. The third order was that of the secret chiefs, who were said to be highly skilled. They supposedly directed the activities of the lower two orders by spirit communication with the chiefs of the second order. It's amazing all the words they use, the Watchtower, the Golden Dawn, the Golden Age, because that's what Russell called his magazine, and also the Dawn Bible Students, and of course the Watchtower Society. One famous user of Enochian magic was Aleister Crowley. They tell a story about him under the Golden Dawn, that they didn't want to initiate him into the Golden Dawn, but later they had to. And magicians say that Enochian magic is very dangerous. There's no protection, and it makes people go insane. And one instance of this was Aleister Crowley himself. Fritz Springmeier, the one who wrote Watchtower and the Masons, he is actually the most notable author when it comes to exposing the witchcraft inside the Jehovah's Witnesses. And the United States CIA has his book, Bloodlines of the Illuminati, on their website. You can download it there. Here's the link. Another great book written by Fritz was Be Wise as Serpents. This book also tells all about the magic used in the Watchtower Society. But from Bloodlines of the Illuminati, he tells about mitzvah, and that the Watchtower Society, the Golden Age, tells you that mitzvah translates in Hebrew to watchtower. 4 Masonic chapters are called mitzvah, and 3 of these are in Russell's area of Pennsylvania. They're all York Rite, and he gives the addresses. But he says, what could be important enough to Masonry to call their lodges watchtowers? The highest Masons who get cryptic and mystic are exposed to Enochian magic, where the use of the magical watchtowers is the key, the heart, so to speak, of Enochian magic. Then he goes on to show about Enochian magic. It's under the magical watchtowers. He tells about the watchtower going out. But he says no one has explained why Charles T. Russell chose the Watchtower as a name and central idea of his new religion. He goes on to give some explanation people do, but he says each of these explanations put forth has some merit, but there is another explanation, one that seems bizarre, in fact so bizarre that this author dismissed it until such time as he was able to confirm Charles T. Russell's Masonic membership. Charles T. Russell's membership records in the Masonic Knights Templar are kept in Ireland. The Blue Lodge records belong to the Grand Lodge of Pennsylvania. Lady Queensborough, in her book Occult Theocracy, published in 1933, notes on page 737 Charles Taze Russell's Masonic membership. His Masonic membership must have also been common knowledge to those associated with him and those acquainted with the prominence Russell gave to the Knights Templar logo. While there were no Adventist magazines prior to Russell's Watchtower magazine that used the word Watchtower, it appears that the Masonic magazine Mitzvah could have served as an example to Russell. He goes on to give many examples of Enochian magic used in the Watchtower Society. In my Freemasons in the Watchtower, I brought out the convention center in Denmark that's shaped as a pyramid. But this, for instance, could be the Watchtower's use of Enochian magic. The Freemasons use symbols, and these symbols have power or are intended to have power. And some of these symbols are actually charged with magical powers, or they are intended. It's just like the subliminal artwork we see in the Watchtower's publications. These faces with eyes that look at the reader are what is known in Enochian magic as the Watchers or Guardians, and they represent a form of the devil's omnipresence or omniscience. The inclusion of Watchtower's Guardians or Watchers shows a complex evocation design. These Watchers originate in Enochian magic. And just like John Dee and Edward Kelly saw in an obsidian mirror what they called an angel, but really these were evil spirits. So Watchtower has you use a mirror to see these evil spirits in their publications. The use of the mirror in witchcraft for the invocation of evil spirits is very well known. Taking into account the evidence obtained so far, it is undeniable that the Watchtower's art hides one of the most bizarre satanic cults which the world has ever seen. And one website said this about symbols: considering the fact that members of occult societies like the Freemasons study magic and the power of symbols, there is little doubt that many corporate logos apply this ancient knowledge. Some logos are even suspected to be sigils, symbols that have been magically charged to focus the subconscious to perform particular tasks. In other words, they're more powerful than you think. And Wikipedia says about sigils: a sigil is a symbol used in magic. The term has usually referred to a type of pictorial signature of a demon or other entity. In modern usage, especially in the context of chaos magic, it refers to a symbolic representation of the magician's desired outcome. It is likely that the symbols that used to be on Watchtower literature, and more recently the subliminal images they put in their literature, and certainly the massive Eye of Horus in Denmark, are magically charged sigils intended to evoke the power of the devil.